Hello Virgo, and welcome to your extended. So this is really fascinating because I'm actually like watching you move through the journey itself. So, of course, it kind of looks like perhaps maybe you did some type of, you were either gifted a message where you saw the overview of where you're going, like an outline, if you will. So you saw the overview of your story, and of course you're wanting to get there as anyone would. You're wanting to get there as fast as possible because it's like you've seen the end result, or the victory that you will be achieving throughout your life's journey. It's like, but when you get sent back, like when you come back into your awareness here in the present moment, it's like you're experiencing the rush to want to get there. And what's really wanting to be emphasized for you today, Virgo, is that this destination, wherever this hot air balloon is going to land, that it is guaranteed. It's guaranteed that you are going to arrive in the spot that you are meant to be at. And that the worry or the anxiousness or the wanting to rush is, well, really all it's doing for you right now, Virgo, is causing you to have some type of like mental turmoil. It's like you can just relax. If you relax and not think about how to get there, the journey is going to be more pleasant, is what it's referring to. It's like if you can just relax and appreciate where you are at in the moment, your energetics, your energy is going to be one that is more abundant. It's like you're going to get more, you're actually going to increase your energy. That's interesting. It's like the worry and the anxiety and the feeling as you're not getting where you want to be is decreasing your energy. And so by having faith and knowing that you will absolutely get to where you are destined to be, then it's like you can just sit and enjoy every single moment that passes in front of you, just like this cow would. It's like you can enjoy the sacredness of every single moment. And that is so beautiful. It's like imagine if you were in a different country, like in India, right? Where cows are incredibly sacred. And you're just walking down the street and you see a cow. Like, that's kind of fascinating. It's different. It's a part of the story. And that's what this is talking about, is that every single thing that you come across is an integral part of the story. So what I'm seeing here for your second row is your path. I love this card. This is the black snake. And at the top, it says, grow your truth. So what this is looking like, of course, if you pair it with the hot air balloon that's being presented here, the map, it's like I can see your path. I can see the path that you're taking. And along the way, you see how in all of these different twists and turns and things that you make, it's like every single sector has a different color. So it's very interesting. It's almost looking like your entire life. It's almost like I'm seeing your entire life in one time. I mean, I'm not getting any of the details, of course. I think you have the details, but it's like it's as if you actually got this view. And I think that that's what this was talking about. It's like there was a message or something that was brought to you where you got an overview. Because remember, I was saying that this is an overview of like scrying. So you got an overview of your entire path throughout this lifetime. And what's fascinating here is that each of these colors seem to be representing all of these different stars. Remember how I was saying that there are points along this lifetime for you that are going to reveal past lives. They're going to reveal past lives. And the rushing, if you were to rush through this path and get to where you're supposed to be as quickly as possible, it's like you would miss the opportunities to see these points that would reveal to you not only the entire scope of this lifetime, but all of the ones before this, or even, it's a little tricky, but even the ones that would be after this. So it's like, don't just fixate on this. I don't know why these stars are coming out as lifetimes. Don't just fixate upon this one star. There are so many others that you're going to run into. And when you do so, this does look like it looks like a Kundalini awakening. So with your Kundalini awakening and you knowing and stepping up into your truth, it's like you are beginning to see all of your other experiences. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Because as you move, let's just take this first one. As you move through these experiences, these different colors, with the spotted skunk that's coming up here, it says stand up for yourself. It has nothing to do with what it says. What it's talking about is the reaction that you have when you see a skunk, and also even like the smell too. So it's something that would alert you. So what it's referring to is that as you get through all of these different segments where your previous incarnations are being revealed to you, it's going to come in as like an alert or a shock. It's something that is, it's like you're just casually running into it. And that's why it's so important for you to trust that whatever steps you take, wherever you are meant to flow and wherever you are meant to ebb and all of those things, like just trusting that you are taking the next step in the right time, the right way, all of that stuff, having faith is like you're going to stumble upon. That's what this is talking about. It's like you're going to stumble upon some type of cue or an alert that is going to trigger. That's what the skunk is talking about. It's going to trigger an awakening for you. And what it's awakening within you is that past life. It's like with the nettle, this is what's coming up next, with the nettle, and it says pay attention. What this is talking about is like you're going to you're going to visually see something in your environment that is going to reflect back to you almost like a previous moment in time or a past life. And that's that. It's like you're going to casually walk into it. And that's why it's so important for you to take on this approach of understanding that you're being led, regardless of how fast you want to go or how slow you want to go or whatever speed you want to take, your desire to get there in a certain time frame. It's like you are being led, and you're casually walking into the awareness of a past life opening up for you. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's like flipping another page of this book releases it. See how the energy is just releasing from your mind. So that's what this is talking about. As you move through your environment, move through your path, there's some type of trigger that's going to release. Even with the snake skin, it's like a shedding. It's like a shedding of your past life's experience. And the way you're going to experience that is by almost like witnessing it. Like as if there's a happening, a situation that is unfolding in front of you, and that situation holds the same archetype patterns or emotional tags or anything like that, anything that's going to cue your memory. And because of that, it's like that's what's acting as this snake shedding, or the release of that past life. Now, of course, I don't know why I'm looking at this ammonite and I'm thinking of that symbol. Actually, that symbol it's a hermetic symbol that discusses many of the different principles. One of the principles is an as above, so below, as within, so without. So you can almost view your external environment as a reflection of what's happening within you. So if you come across different experiences that are triggering you or triggering some type of memory, like memories like these pyramids here. You see the triangle shapes? All of these memories, it's like that's actually what's within you as well. And so there's a beautiful unfolding here that's happening for you as you're moving along your life path. And for you, Virgo, it looks as though you're not going to get to the end of this anytime soon. It's like, it's kind of a beautiful message in that you are going to be enjoying a lovely, long, and happy life. I mean, of course, there are some things like the nettle. The nettle can sometimes be an agitation or an agitating energy. But you're not going to reach completion until the very end. And when that happens, it's like you'll be fully ascended into the truth of who you are. And that journey is one that happens over an entire lifetime, not just a moment in time, or when you are like almost like viciously asking questions and, trying to receive answers and all of that stuff. It's like everything is going to be revealed to you throughout your entire lifetime. Look at all of these different twists and turns. And so what you might actually be experiencing is like, even if you do get to this one, like say this red one, you shed that, and then you visually are able to experience that moment. Like, look, you're going back around, and then and then you turn like into the black snake, and then of course you come to the yellow, but there's kind of like gaps. There's gaps in between the different colors. So maybe perhaps what you're experiencing right now is actually one of those gaps. So it's almost like you might be a little addicted to the uncovering of you, of your truth, of who you are. And that is such an exciting journey. Like I'm feeling so exuberant and excited. That is such an exciting journey to flip that page, to get to the next thing, to see what your story entails. And so what that's telling me for you is that you actually might experience times in which you don't receive, And when you don't receive, that's kind of a cue for you to sit back and appreciate the process and enjoy where you are in the moment. Because although you're gaining so many memories of your past lives and where you've been and who you are and all of the things that you've learned, the skills, the tools, how to apply those things, how to, just create an enjoyable life for yourself, don't forget that you're also creating this life too. And so when you're in a space where you're not receiving, that's when you are creating for this life. It's almost like so that in your next life, you can look back at this one and be in that same experience. It's really beautiful. It's so gorgeous. So, of course, as you're moving through all of these different experiences, not everything is, well, what I mean is that, so we're ending off your reading with, it's called the Nuthatch, and it says, change your perspective. And what I'm seeing here is, you see how these are like mirrored images of each other? What I'm seeing here is that not everything that you experienced in these past lives are pleasant. They're not all pleasant. I mean, it's life. It has a myriad of different emotions, happenings, situations that occur. And when you find that these experiences are starting to release and unveil themselves, what you might actually notice as kind of like a trigger for you to pay attention is that you actually might get a little bit uncomfortable. The nettle, this plant, is, if it touches your skin, it can cause like burning sensations and itching, and you can actually get like a lot of welts and rashes from it. It's not very comfortable. So it kind of looks like these experiences for you might not always be the most pleasant. They might be actually a little bit uncomfortable, just like how when a snake is shedding his skin, it's tight. It's tight. So what it's talking about too is that your past life experiences are, in a sense, preventing you from creating new life experiences, present life experiences. It's almost as if those past life experiences actually need to be shed in order for you to like sit back and create in this whole process and create new moments, create new things that you want to see happen within your life. And that's where those gaps are, because where those gaps are is where you're free from the box of your past life. That's very fascinating. And so with this change in perspective, while you might see that your past lives are bringing you a lot of information. It's a lot of information. It's actually really good information. Information that you can use for this lifetime. For instance, like your skills, the tools that you've acquired, you know, those types of things. But by changing your perspective and understanding that these past lives also, in a sense, can hold back your awakening process in this lifetime. It's like all of those past life experiences need to be shed in order for you to create something new, something that has actually never yet been experienced before. And, you know, while you might want to rush in uncovering all of this and releasing it, and it's kind of like when you go through that experience of visually seeing and experiencing a moment in time that is reflective of a past life, there's going to be some gems in there, which, you know, those are the skills, the abilities, the tools that you can use. But there's also other experiences that are uncomfortable in nature. And so being able to shift all of that, almost like pulling that apart, like pull out the gems, pull out the stars, the key moments, and witness the entire thing as a sacred point in time. It's all sacred. That's gorgeous. All of this experience is a sacred experience. And even if some of them are not very comfortable or kind of shocking, it's allowing you to harness the skills and tools and abilities that you had in those past lives, but then also shed the things that are preventing you from living to your fullest self in this lifetime. That is so gorgeous, Virgo. So thank you so much for tuning in with me and watching this reading unfold. I really appreciate you allowing me to read your energies. And with that, I send your energy back to you with love and appreciation. And remember, Virgo, enjoy the ride.